Religion, science, philosophy. They all exist for the betterment and development of humankind. However, throughout the history of humanity, there has not been an agreement nor an overlap. So many wars emerged from the separation between religion and science. Many libraries such as Carthage, Bergama, Alexandria, China, Baghdad, and others were burned out with hatred towards freedom of thought. Many philosophers, Bruno, Hypatia, Socrates, etc., were executed with the rejection of new possibilities. Even a prophet like Jesus was crucified. Fear of and inability to explain the unknown has been making people reject and punish anything new and anyone that comes with a change, even for the best of humanity. However, freedom of mind could never be suppressed nor silenced. Let us take a quick look at the evolution of our civilization and human consciousness, as both cannot be separate from each other. After a few million years, 200,000 years ago, our evolution ate a big change with the rise of Cro-Magnon. Their sons, Homo sapiens, somehow made another quantum leap 6,000 years ago, with Sumerians building cities and ziggurats, setting laws and regulations, observing nature and the sky, developing maps of constellations, inventing the wheel and writing, developing literature, playing songs, and etc. out of nowhere. Even if something existed before, as suggested by some discoveries, Göbekli Tepe, Catalhoyuk, Sienne pyramids, Bosnian pyramids, and etc., we are not yet sure. But one thing for sure is that the seeds of modern civilization flourished overnight in the millions of years old history of humankind. From hunter-collector societies, we evolved into tribes, then to cities, and then to nations, and even to empires. That was the period of myths until modern philosophy started in Miletus, in the Aegean coast of modern Turkey, with nature philosophers. Socrates made philosophical questions more relevant to people and opened up a great channel for his followers like Plato, Aristotle, Zenon, Epicurus, and others to pursue. The shift from myths to the rational mind, logos, was through the rise of philosophy. Meanwhile, soon before the rise of philosophy, Abraham and Moses had lit the candle of heavenly religions which were monotheistic. There have been other monotheistic beliefs like the one in ancient Egypt with Akhenaten 3,400 years ago, Tengrism of ancient Turks 4,000 years ago. Then came Jesus and Muhammad, establishing two great religions. The conquest of Egypt by Alexander the Great lit the fire of the Hellenistic period as the first ever encounter of Western and Eastern civilizations 2,300 years ago, until this fire was extinguished by the rise of the Scholastic period, which would be later called by Carl Sagan the Dark Ages of 1,000 years. But the ancient wisdom would be kept in the Middle East by Islamic philosophers until these would be rediscovered by Europeans during the Crusader Wars. These wars not only brought the riches of the East to Europe but also lit the fire of the Renaissance in Italy, Europe in the 15th century. The world has never seen such a rise till then, as nations discovered the world, bridged the gap between the West and the East, the South and the North. Humanism arose as the antithesis to the religious approaches of the Scholastic period, and the seeds of modern science sprouted from the ashes of philosophy and ancient wisdom teachings such as alchemy, Hermeticism, and theurgy. Religion and philosophy now had a new friend called science. Empiric, rational, determinist, reductionist approach of science unveiled many mysteries of the past, and with the rise of industrialization spread the riches of the past as new products to people. Since then there has been an ongoing shift from humanism to philanthropy, Marxism to capitalism, regionalism to globalism. We called ourselves Homo sapiens, the knowing man, but still could not develop a civilization without boundaries, wars, fight on scarce resources and different beliefs and ideas, hunger, poverty, inequality. We still have a long way to go, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. As we strive to develop our civilization with ethics, human rights, new scientific discoveries, and technological developments, we also try to create a meaning of the universe, nature, world, and life. 6,000 years ago, most of what we see around was unknown to us, and we developed myths to create meaning. Then the rise of the rational mind triggered the rise of philosophy, but that still was not enough due to lack of solid proof many times. Then science came in, unveiling the secrets of many unknowns, but this time we became more materialistic, forgot our true nature, rejected our one source and universal brotherhood, fell in love with our tools that were originally meant to help us but not be our attachments. There are three basic aspects of us: mind, body, and soul. A person who wants to be complete and whole cannot progress unless he works in these three aspects. Using only one aspect or dimension is like asking a bird to fly with only one wing. At this point, religion, science, philosophy coincides with these three aspects of the human mind, body, and soul. Studies done through science nourish the body, physical, philosophical studies nurture the mind, and religion nurtures our immortal souls. I think it does not give correct results in the search for absolute truth without any other. So, these three paths that seem different actually don't conflict with each other, but instead complement each other. With the rise of science, we have a divide and conquer approach to solving problems, which is called reductionism. We slice and dice a problem and then try to assemble the parts to analyze the whole. 1 divided by 7 is 0.142857, and if you multiply it with 7 again, it does not give us 1, it gives 0.9999999. Similarly, the reductionist approach misses the big picture and the connection and interaction between the parts, which comes with so many combinations of possibilities that deterministic calculation cannot yet capture. Our situation with science, religion, and philosophy is the same. They do not need to be in conflict, but instead complement each other. Science looks at hows, philosophy and religion look a whys, while religion comes with pre-assumptions which philosophy does not accept, because philosophy continues asking questions with each new discovery, similarly to science. Nevertheless, as Buddha said to his disciples, there are universal truths that humans cannot be discerned, and science and philosophy lack in the quest after absolute truth and divine order, while religion fills in the gaps. Do you see how science, philosophy, and religion complement each other? We are children of heaven and earth and cannot live with only the physical aspect. We have 5 senses, but also intuition, which is the 6th sense. Did the law of gravity appear when an apple fell on Newton's head? No. Absolutely not. Gravity has always existed, even before humanity existed on Earth. It is told that Newton used to think about why the moon was not falling on Earth nor spin off, and then came to realize the reason why when that apple fell down his head. Newton noticed only something that existed and then discovered it. It was an intuition that made him think, and then he formulated it with his 5 senses and mind. You see again how our heavenly part, intuition, and earthly part, sense and the mind, play together? We are droplets in a vast ocean that is bigger than the sum of droplets. But we think we know everything with intellectual scientific pride. Once we open up our minds, letting room for the invisible worlds to play a role, a divine order set the rules and scenes, different thoughts, opinions, methods, paths to exist, then these 3 brothers can unite again. Thanks to the rise of quantum mechanics and her children such as quantum dynamics, superstring theory, and M-theory, that opened up the doors of microcosmos for us, so that we can now understand that a world of possibilities, coexisting particles, the influence of the observer, and mysteries of the invisible dimensions. Science has never been that close to talking similarly to philosophy and science, but in its terms and terminology. A new world is in front of us. Just be open to differences and diversity of people, cultures, ideas, methods, paths, and beliefs. But beyond that, make sure that you are open to discovering yourself, because everything serves as a mirror for your self-discovery, and you will miss the real journey if you are attached to the outer world. Let this trio lead your journey, because you need them all.